Hi everyone, welcome to this session. My name is Suman Best and I'm part of product marketing here at VMware SD-WAN team. Today I'm excited to have Nitin join us. Nitin is our product line manager and he is leading our efforts to integrate security with VMware SD-WAN. Before we go any further, this is a tradition. I have to share the disclaimer with you. There are a few features that are mentioned in this presentation that are still in development. Hence, their availability and release are yet to be determined. So in this short session, we have very few items to discuss, very important items to discuss. First is, I'll start with the why it makes sense to invest so much in combining security and networking together. And then Nitin will come along and talk about our approach to integrating security and then how we do it, whether it's in-house, whether with leading partners, and followed by the key takeaways for this presentation. And then we will close the loop with the resources that you can refer later on. So let's start with the why it makes sense to integrate security and networking. So first of all, it's a two-pronged approach or a two-pronged problem. So we know applications are moving out of the enterprise data center. They are everywhere in order to serve both customers and employees distributed globally. And it's not just our the backup or archiving or test environment. We are moving our mission critical applications like SAP, UCAS, Zoom is over cloud, Microsoft 365 productivity application is on cloud. This is great. Now, the second part of the problem is users are also moving out of the enterprise data centers. It's already been a year for us. We are working from home, and some of us are, we are preferring to work from anywhere, from the place of our choice. Now, this is great. Applications are out of cloud. Users are out of enterprise premises. IT is in the mix, as in they have to maintain the performance, but they also have to maintain the security of the payload. So how we do it? There are many approaches, but none of them is a legacy approach, and I'll tell you why. So first of all, with legacy approach, the data has to backhaul to the enterprise data centers, which means is like your data or your application traffic, before it reaches to the application location, it has to go to the data center, and then from there to the application front doors, we call them, the tenant location. Now, what it does is it is as inefficient as it is irrelevant, because again, it's all distributed. Second is because the infrastructure is fixed, it is giving you scalability challenges. And then finally, because the most important thing that is keeping our IT up at night is the separate networking and security stack, which creates operational overheads, and at the same time, it's not the best position to have security in that location. So if we go to the next slide, there is this very common term that is making round, which is called SASE. SASE stands for Secure Access Service Edge. This is a term coined by Gartner, but there are many terms with the same approach. So what it means basically is combining security and networking on cloud. Now, that's where, we are away with the definition. Now, what is happening with network security and networking if they are separate? So first of all, we have two silos to manage. There are two separate teams to monitor and configure the whole two stacks of networking and security, two portals to manage. And then the most important problem is if you have two applications or two hops before your data reaches application and vice versa, it adds hairpin effect. So you are doing so much, but at the same time, you are not giving the application delivery and the app experience to your user they deserve. So we have the solution. That's called SASE. Now, what SASE does is it provides centralized management. You basically, first of all, it starts with unifying networking and security. It gives you optimal and consistent user experience by centralized business driven policies. So we recently had a customers where we deployed over 9,000 applications in just 9 days. So how this is how scalable it is. Now, as a vendor, as VMware, as a company, we are in a very good position. How? So we have been providing SD-WAN for years. We have been the leader in the industry, providing great experience to the users, great on-ramp access to cloud. And then comes ZTNA, Zero Trust Network Access. This comes from our um, Workspace ONE team. And then we have Cloud Firewall, which is coming from our NSX team. They are all leaders in their own field. And then one thing that we didn't have from the beginning was SWIG, or Secure Web Gateway, and which we are coming with our great technology partners like Zscaler and Menlo Security. So you will see a lot, but I will ask Nitin to take over and discuss how our approach looks like when comes to integrating security with networking at edge and on cloud. So, Nitin, I would ask you to please take over.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Suman. So, folks, let's go over the different ways or approaches how security has been integrated into the VMware SD-WAN offering, and then I'll also go over some details into the different options we have into the security offerings itself. So at a high level, I can classify the security integrations into the VMware SD-WAN into two categories. One is an intrinsic security capability, which is built natively into the SD-WAN portfolio. And the second one is a partner integrated security offering, wherein the security VMware partners with best of breed security solutions across the industry. So both these models are available within the VMware SD-WAN offering, and I'll go into some more details in this upcoming part of the presentation. So before I go into the details, I want to say at a in a enterprise network, there are two areas or two locations where customers will have to enable security in their network. At a minimum, they have to enable security at their branch or a data center perimeter. And that is to filter any kind of attacks that could emanate or come in from the internet or any external location. The other area is to protect the branch or the data center or any of the enterprise locations in the transactions that are happening towards the cloud. So security can be inserted in the cloud location, wherein all the traffic that is going towards, say, like an internet or SaaS, or even if the traffic is headed towards like the data center or headed from branch to branch, the security can be inserted in this in these transactions, and then can secure the branch and the users within the branch. So real quick, within the branch or perimeter security, we have two options of security offerings. One is a built-in stateful firewall, which is embedded into the into every single branch edge device, and then we also have the ability to deploy well-known security VNFs or virtual network functions on the branch edge devices. So we have partnered with vendors like Checkpoint or Fortinet or Palo Alto Networks, and we can deploy their VNFs onto the SD-WAN branch edge devices and enable a single box solution for both SD-WAN and next-gen firewall function. Now, in terms of the cloud security, there are three different approaches in which we can integrate or we can enable security. One is we can sequence a cloud security service like a Zscaler or a Netscope or any of these cloud security services in the path in the data path from the branch or data center towards internet or SaaS locations. So that is one of the models. The second model is the ability to use the VMware SASE or what someone was mentioning earlier about the secure access services edge model. And we also have this option of the enabling remote users. Like say nowadays, due to the pandemic, there is most of the users are working from home or they're working remotely, and so we have options wherein we can remote users can dial in from their home and then they can connect into the enterprise network. And also from there, you can also go to you can access SaaS or even internet securely from their remote location. So with this, I'll go into the next level of some of these aspects of how security has been is available within or integrated with our SD-WAN offering. The first thing is our intrinsic security, which is an enhanced stateful firewall, which is deployed on the edge. So basically, customers can turn on the stateful firewall, which is a layer 7 application aware firewall, and it is stateful in function. So you can also be able to inspect traffic based, which is within the branch or within a particular site location, branch or data center location, like an inter-VLAN firewall. And you can also apply the firewall policies for the WAN outbound or inbound traffic that is going in and out of that particular branch. So the beauty of this is it is all completely embedded within the same management plane of the SD-WAN, and then you can adaptively change policies within the SD-WAN framework itself. Like say, for example, you can have different security policies for, like say, a guest network or for like an employee network versus, and you can also have different segments for that. So, talking of segments, right? We have like a mechanism to isolate the layer 3 routing domains end to end from the branch till the data center, till the service or the service location. So there could be different kinds of policies, both the routing as well as security policies within each segment embedded into this. Like say, for example, let's take a particular enterprise here, wherein there are three different types of segments. One is a guest segment, the other one is a corporate segment, and the third one is a PCI segment. So in this, the use cases for all three segments are completely different, and then there is a different security requirement for each of these three segments. So while the services, many of the services are hosted within like within a cloud location or in a centralized data center, or maybe like a core user, the PCI user will probably have to access the credit card server in the cloud. So these all this traffic can be isolated right from the branch location or from the remote location, and carried all through and through till the location of the service across the WAN. So and the same set of policies can be implemented across the different sites for a particular segment. So the next security capability that I want to cover is the ability to integrate with third-party security functions. So we just covered the intrinsic security functions that are available with the VMware SD-WAN. Now we'll cover how in what all ways we can partner with well-known security vendors. So firstly, on the branch or the perimeter security, we have the ability to deploy the security VNFs from well-known security vendors like Checkpoint or Palo Alto Networks or Fortinet onto the branch edge device itself. So this will enable customers to turn on best of breed of both SD-WAN as well as security. The other option is in the cloud, wherein customers can service sequence cloud security services like, say, the Zscaler or Symantec or Palo Alto Prisma or Netscope or any of these cloud security services through a simple service sequence model, wherein the traffic goes all the way from the branch onto the SD-WAN overlay through our SD-WAN gateway, which is hosted in the cloud, and then there is a simple handoff from the SD-WAN gateway into the cloud security service, and then from there it goes on to the internet or SaaS location. So that's a model which has been very commonly used by many of our customers, and it's a very simple way of integrating these well-known cloud security offerings within the SD-WAN portfolio. Next, let's switch gears and then talk about the new upcoming offering that we are coming out with, which is called the Secure Access Services Edge, the VMware SASE offering. So how is the VMware SASE going to provide value to customers, right? So VMware SASE basically addresses pretty much all the current pain points or use cases that customers have today, wherein, like, say, one thing is the ability to connect from anywhere to the enterprise resources or to the internet, right? Say, users can be working remotely. They could be working from their home office. They could also be working in their branch, their enterprise branch locations. So anywhere, wherever these users are located, they should be able to securely access services within their data center or within the within internet or SaaS locations. So, in addition, the other ask from customers is the so the other ask for customers is the ability to like, say, have a single pane of glass management for both SD-WAN and the security functions, and also the remote access functions. So VMware SASE basically enables customers to use a single pane of glass management. They don't have to switch across different portals or configuration web management portals for managing different functions. So it's all within the same single management portal for configuring the business policy settings for traffic redirection, as well as the security settings for the different functions, like say if they have to secure traffic that is going to the internet or SaaS, or if they have to secure traffic that is going from branch to branch or branch to data center, or also from the a branch to like any SaaS or cloud data center. So let me go into the a quick detail on what are the different security capabilities we will be enabling with the VMware SASE offering. So at a very high level, we will be turning on the secure web gateway functionality, which includes URL filtering, the ability to filter traffic based on well-known traffic categories, and enable advanced anti-malware and antivirus functionality, wherein you can protect against any known or even unknown threats or malware that could be in the internet, and that should be blocked from infecting the end user devices. And we also have the ability. We will have the ability to turn on intrusion detection and prevention a mechanism, wherein the users can be protected against any kind of unknown threats for a lateral movement of threats, when if a particular infected device is now trying to access resources within the enterprise in a east-west manner, then the intrusion detection prevention mechanism can kick in, and then it can isolate or quarantine that particular device, and then protect the end user or the end network. In addition, we also will have the CASB functionality, which is basically the ability to define what are some of the sanctioned or unsanctioned applications that a particular a user or a user group can access. And also, this will also include the ability to protect against data loss prevention, or I mean, protect against data leaks or data loss from the enterprise perimeter. So the CASB and the DLP functions will also be enabled in here. And finally, in order to facilitate all these functions, we will also have the ability to decrypt encrypted web traffic, like using an SSL proxy, and also a cloud sandbox function to detect day zero threats, and then protect against any kind of day zero threats. In addition to this, there is another function which is called as the remote browser isolation. So the remote browser isolation is also another function which I have not listed here, but it is also another capability wherein customers can safely browse websites without being worried about any kind of malware that could potentially be downloaded onto their end devices while browsing this internet. So all the contents of that particular web browser will be opened in the SASE POP in a secure location, and only the UI pixels will be rendered from that particular website. Right? So that's a quick summary of what are the functions or security functions that will be enabled within the VMware SASE offering. Um, so let me switch. Okay. Um, so let's go to the the components of this VMware SASE platform itself. So there are four different components within the VMware SASE platform. So first of all, before I jump into these four different components, I want to say that the VMware SASE offering is offered in the cloud, and then that way customers can have like a single point of uh, like say a point of enforcement of security regardless of where this particular traffic is coming from or where the traffic is going towards. So so that said, there are four different components within the SASE platform. The first one is the SD-WAN gateway, wherein it's the cloud gateway wherein enterprises can securely transfer their data from the branch or the data center locations and then connect to other branches or to the into other cloud services as well. The next one, this is the SD-WAN gateway is the one which will aggregate or which will bring in the traffic from the branch locations or the data center locations into the SASE POP. The secure access service is the option for bringing in remote access clients, wherein like say work from home clients or like say work from any remote location, clients can still dial in and access the enterprise resources, as well as they could also securely access the internet or SaaS locations from this secure access service. On the other hand, the security functions that are available within the SASE offering is a cloud web security, or it is the secure web gateway function that VMware is partnering with Menlo Security. And so this cloud web security function is the function for protecting branches and users from any kind of attacks while the users are trying to access public internet or SaaS services in the public internet. So and it's a well-known a secure web gateway offering that it will be embedded into the VMware SASE platform. And finally, we also are partnering with our own NSX cloud firewall, which will offer a next-gen firewall function. And this next-gen firewall function will protect against any kind of attacks within the enterprise network itself, like say any kind of inbound attacks which are coming in within the enterprise sites itself. The next-gen firewall function from NSX will protect against this. So this is like a quick summary of what are the different components of and the SASE offering. So to conclude, I just want to showcase a few resource locations or where you can get more details on the VMware SASE offering, and then on the different security integrations that we have with the VMware SD-WAN offering as well. So please check out any of these sites and let us know if there are any questions. Right? With this, I conclude the session for today.